welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Dr. OJ Speaks. I'm so excited to have you on this special feature episode today. My name is Dr. Oyinkansola Jinodu and I'm the host of this wonderful channel. I am so glad that you're here. If this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn your notifications on because we bring amazing content to you every week. But most importantly, drop us a like, comment on this video, and share with your community. Yes. What's the good in getting amazing content if you don't get to share with your friends and family? So help us share our content and let it go further and faster with your help. Today's episode is extremely special and it is sponsored by B9. And you're wondering, what is B9? I know, it's an amazing new app and a platform that promises to deliver wonderful value to not just the general community of people, but specifically to people of color, minorities, and especially immigrants. You know how hard it is when you move from your home country. I'm an immigrant myself, and I relocated to the United States over 16 years ago. And I can tell you that back then, it wasn't as tough as it is right now for a lot of immigrants. I can tell you so many horrible stories that I've heard from people who are trying to immerse themselves into a new culture, into a new system, into a new community, and some of the hurdles that they have to get over in order to become whatever it is that their hopes and aspirations were coming into this new society. B9 is an organization that looks to alleviate some of those difficulties for you financially, and you're wondering what this B9 thing is about still. Stay tuned and you will find out once I bring on our guest, the CEO of B9, and you guys are going to have amazing time listening to all of the value that he's going to be sharing with us today. Don't forget, subscribe, turn your notification on, like this video, and share with your friends. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Sergei, welcome to Dr. OJ Speaks. It's such an honor. This has been an interview that I have been looking forward to this interview for months. And I know you've been super busy working behind the scenes to get this amazing product on the market and to get it up and running for so many wonderful people that you're going to benefit. When I was introduced to you by my wonderful mutual friend, once he told me just a little bit about what you were trying to do, I was sold because he knows how passionate I am about our immigrant community, and he knows how passionate he is as well about serving and helping people. So we have a lot of things in common, and we always want to bring something out there that's going to make the lives of the people around us, especially the people in our community, better. We're both immigrants. We've had our stories, our journey coming into this country, but I believe that we have been fortunate enough to build the businesses, the organizations, and the things that we've set up for ourselves. But not everybody is able to tell the same story as an immigrant.
That's no, thank you first for having me here. So so I really, in my background as well. So we, the company was founded by immigrants for immigrants. So we all came from different, jurisdictions and from different countries. So I and have different stories. So, and we were, as you said, also lucky, to work in the States and elsewhere, understanding a little bit, of the demographics and what people need and how they work, and actually seeing that need, here in the States. Primarily that since, our service like B9 is is a financial product. So what we provide is we help people to mitigate spikes and dips in their incomes, for various reasons. Many of our demographics are people working on an hourly basis. So, I mean, if you get sick, for example, you're not getting paid. Yeah. And, 1 month you can get X, another month you can get less. It's so what we're trying to offer is the is the steady and more predictable cash flows. So people can rely, and we can get them back, so they can rely on extra cash when they need it. So how that works is that we provide a full suite of banking product, which includes your DDA, like your normal bank account, which is FDIC insured. So you have like absolutely, same as you can get in any other banks in the States. You can have your plastic card, you have your Visa card, which you can spend online, offline. You can go to any store and use it as a normal, Visa card. But on top of that, so we provide a service where you can you can basically stream part of your income from your employer, and it doesn't matter how you get paid. For example, you can get paid like with a check, for example, or you by direct deposit. So you can stream that direct deposit to the B9 account, any part of it. So we actually access up to 100% of what you deposit with us as an extra cash at the moments when you need it. So we provide this, twice a month. Like every 15 days, you have a certain amount which you can rely upon. So it's absolutely free. So you don't pay any interest. So there is no need like to shop around to figure out whether you can, you can get like a decent interest rate. So because in our case, it's absolutely free. So you don't pay any fee, zero interest. Again, it's available twice a month, and it can be up to 100% of what you deposit with B9. So any funds you deposit, you use it as your bank account. So there is no problem with that at all. What we see with the community is that, and why we build B9 is many of the immigrants, and especially new to America, so they are invisible for traditional banking institutions. So normally it's nothing to deal with your like credit history. It's like you don't have any history. So you have what is called a thin file. So banks normally don't, they're reluctant to provide any services, and there is always a barrier as people, coming from jurisdictions where maybe banking is not that, many people like in Mexico, many people like in Philippines, they don't have like bank accounts. And when they come, for example,
yes,
they arrive to America. So the system is completely different. So they're not familiar. And on top of that, banks just, US banks normally just do not, you're just invisible. So they cannot pull your credit history. They cannot evaluate you. So it means that they cannot provide any meaningful service. So many of our customers complain that because of that, they have to go to some predatory lenders, to use some payday loans when life happens. And unfortunately, how it works, that may, bring them into the debt cycle. That may create, many bad, unpleasant things. So here we look at, we think of ourselves as the predatory lender killer. So we definitely don't want our customers to get into that trouble. So that's why, again, as I mentioned, so we don't charge any interest for the advance itself. There is no fee associated with that, and that's basically it. So we rely on, in terms of our how we make money in terms of revenue, so we rely on additional services we can build around that hook feature, around that like anchor feature, for example, money transfers to their home countries, because most of our people, and that's where we start making money with this additional service. But again, as I said, our anchor feature is the ability for you to have a normal bank account, as I said, FDIC insured up to 250,000, and an advance pay, something which you can access your salary, your wage a little bit earlier, 15 days earlier, and use it, in the situation when you need like extra money. So, and that could be anything you can imagine, whatever happens in your life.
That's wonderful, Sergey, because I really love the concept of, I remember like some of the things you're talking about, it just kind of brings a lot of flashbacks to me. Like just many years ago, before I fully got established, I had a very difficult time even opening a bank account. And not only that, I mean, I didn't come from an actual credit system, but then in this credit society, I had to understand what it meant to have credit. I'm like, why do I have to have credit if I can just pay for stuff, right? I was raised in a system where you work, you earn your dues, and then you use that to afford to pay for the things that you want in life. But this is a completely different system, and I had to immerse myself into it, but it was not easy. There was no B9 back then to give me a soft landing. I actually have fallen victim to like a predatory payday loan advance person. And I know what it took for me to get out from under that. So this is something that I absolutely love. Now, let me ask a bit of a personal question, Sergey. You said you're also an immigrant. I mean, what is the story behind your passion for wanting to provide this financial, I want to call it a financial blanket to immigrants especially? Why are you extremely passionate about this? Just tell us a little bit about your background so our audiences can really connect with you, so they know that, you know, I mean, because people these days, we are very skeptical for very good reason, right?
Yeah.
You know, and someone comes up there and says, oh, I want to help you. They're like, what's in it for you?
Right. Yeah, it's actually, so my background is, and my team also background, so it's, we are from financial services, so we've been working across the world. So the way how we ended up in the States is, I'm Brazilian citizen, so, and lived and spent lots of time in Latin America, and all the countries there. So we were building companies normally like in the banking and financial sector. So there is a group of like industry veterans, if you want to put it this way. So we understanding what we're doing. And one of our recent projects, when we were working for another company in the US, so we've been providing like consumer finance products. So there was a lot of there, and we've just noticed that, you know, many people are. We see that most of the people, and especially in the immigrant community, they just don't get the right product. So they come for, you know, a relatively expensive financing, and most of them say, well, we don't like the terms, we do not get, you know, we just either it's, you know, the amount is too small, or amount is too big, or the price is high. So we've seen that there is many people who think, you know, in a very savvy way. So they're concerned about the price they're paying. So they're concerned about, and they just don't find the product, because we all understand. So they, as I mentioned, they just cannot go to the banks. You know, the banks will not provide them money. So they're sort of in a limbo, and that's kind of they need the funds, but they cannot take it from the banks.
Yes.
And any other proposition on the market is either, again, as said, you know, it's too expensive. And you know, financial institutions are concerned about risks and all that type of things. But so we were thinking, and while we were working for the company, so we were thinking about that project. You know, I think it took us about, you know, just a year to put like all the you know, bits and pieces together to understanding, and then we just decided, so that's it's so. It's the market will be growing, so there will be more people coming. And as you know, last year of Obama administration, you know, 50% of population growth was driven by immigrants.
Yes.
Then there was a drop. Now what the census tells us is their forecast is within the next 10-15 years, the growth will be like 80% of population will be driven by immigration. So it's becoming a mainstream. So and these people, you know, based on how they been evaluated by the banks, how they've been treated by the banks. So that trend, you know, the mainstream trend, you know, will not get the required service. You know, people will not just get what they want. So I mean, the whole infrastructure, the whole system will probably need to be revised. So that's how we came up with this idea. So probably we need to start earlier. So just to be able to serve people, you know, like at the very beginning of all this, yeah. So
I mean, you guys came in at a perfect time. We're just getting over the first wave of the pandemic. Hopefully, the second wave that's being predicted is not as horrible as they're saying it's going to be. But this is perfect. So now, what are some of the top products that you know caters directly to immigrants that you guys offer? I know you talked about banking and all of that, but more than just having a Visa card or a swipe card for an immigrant, there's so many other things that they need when they migrate to a new place. They want to get accommodation. They want to buy a car. They want to go to school. I mean, those are like pressing top three pressing needs of an immigrant once they get into a new space. How does B9 help solve those problems?
Well, we definitely will be, our product line will be helping people just to do everything which relates to finance. Definitely, there will be any sort of um, funding we can provide. I mean, I'm not talking about like the money transfer, for example, but I mean purely like consumer finance products. So yes, we're planning to do like car loans. There will be an opportunity. So in a sense, what we do, if you look at that, so someone comes to us with no credit history. I mean, thin files. So no one. I mean, the only thing we ask is that, hey, do you make any money here? So I mean, like, and most of the immigrants, they do work, I mean, because I mean, like that's the reason they come, right? I mean, they have jobs, and this is something totally also misunderstood, by I said, traditional financial institutions. So we said, okay, if you can start depositing any portion of what you think, you can trust, like you start with something, right? And based on that, we will build your internal like credit history, like with us, right? I mean, every time we will be providing you with a new product. So today you're getting like up to, I don't know, 100% of your salary, whatever your advance to us of that amount. Tomorrow, you can get like an unsecured credit card at a decent interest rate, which will be like higher ticket. That's for the best performing, part of our customers. After that, you can rely on the car on the car loan. So at the end of the day, so we want to go with you through the entire American dream. We want to get to the point when you come to us and say, hey, I want to buy a home. So can you finance like a down payment? So, and we can get to that. But I mean, the point is that we took this client from very scratch, where no one wanted to deal with him or her, for various reasons, for whatever, how the system works. So, and we want to go through all this journey, from A to Z, to them until, what they think the American dream is. So, and we can help them there. So we're planning to do like family mode banking, where you can have not just joint accounts, but I mean, you can do like the entire thing for your kids. You can have like some gamification, for example, if your kid, like as a sub account with some, card also. And when your kids want to, I don't know, start saving for a bicycle or something like that. So you can do something like a gamification to have some rewards for them. So I mean, I would top up your amount. I don't know, as soon as you get like $100, I would add like 50, so you can buy it. Yeah. Just helping also a little bit on the financial education, and especially like for kids, so they can do that. So we have whole bench. We have full of pockets with different products and ideas. And again, as I said, the core, what is our DNA is that we want to be with you like from day one until you ideally tell us you want to buy a house. So I mean, then we don't want you to find for anything else, just one spot solution. Yeah. And as I said, we start from full trust, so that we don't know your credit history, and it's not important for us. So I mean, as soon as we can see that you start depositing something of your making, this is a good start for conversation.
That's wonderful, Sergei. So we're talking mostly about immigrants, but I know that B9 is not just for immigrants. It's for pretty much everyone. But we are kind of honing in on immigrants today because we're trying to let that particular niche market know that they have an actual solution built for them by one of them. And people want to know, like, and trust you because they see that you connect and they connect to your story. So what are, like, if you want to walk us through how is it a typical process? So if I come into B9 and say, I'm new, I'm an immigrant in this, what are the requirements for me to be able to find a space in B9? What are the things that you ask for? Because now, apart from credit scores, some of the things that immigrants have roadblocks with is the fact that they don't have adequate documentation.
Right. So we are well, we are regulated also, by like the Federal Reserve, and there is some rules. So we can accept, of course, we accept all of those who do not have social security numbers. So you can start with that. We will require a confirmation of your address. I mean, it's like there is no paper confirmation, so everything goes online. So I mean, it's in the app. So every verification, every check, any checks are online, and they're instant, so they're immediate. So we don't do any credit checks. So we don't pull any of your credit file at all, neither soft or hard, just none, zero. So we don't check that. And again, as I said, there is no social security number required, although we would require like your tax ID. Like there should be some identification how we can find you in different databases, at least some information, so we can verify your phone or your address, at least that should match. And after that, so you get your card automatically. It will be mailed to you, like to your address you're indicating. So as soon as it comes, within like 3 to 5 days, you can activate it. So there is a bank account which you can start using immediately. You can deposit funds. You can do whatever you normally would do with a bank. So the entire process is very fast. It takes you no more than probably 2, maybe 5 minutes during the onboarding. And again, you get your bank account at the card immediately as soon as we see. So in the app, you don't need to go anywhere. So in the app, there is a service where you can find your employer in the list. So it's you don't need to do anything on that. Just you find it. You'll find the amount you want to. You put the amount you want to switch. For example, it could be, I don't know, $100, $50, whatever, to start with. As soon as we see it, so your advance pay becomes available. So so as soon as we see that you've made the switch, we can provide you with this advance pay service. And that's credited to your card immediately. If you don't find your employer in the list,
yes,
then there is so you can do like you can always deposit your check remotely. So what you need to do is just to scan your check, and it will be automatically credited to your B9 account.
okay.
So we don't wait like 1, 2, 3 days or whatever the banks verify the checks. We do it immediately, so there's an instant credit. So if you get paid on Friday with the check, you remotely deposit through the app, to your to your B9 account. So you will see this money on Friday. So it's before the weekend, so you don't need to wait till Monday, for example. Yes, and then if you don't find your employer, so there is a printed form. You can print it out. It's also in the app, so it will be sent to your email. You can take it, either you can resend it to your employer or print it out or do whatever and just give it in the paper form. So and then employer needs to has to switch your deposit to the B9 account or do or any part you've indicated there. So that's how it works. So for those who do not remember their login or passwords to the payroll system, or they cannot find their employers, that's always, a paper form is also an option. But we currently cover like several tens of thousands of companies, from small to big, and
Okay.
I assume anyone who has a job, can do that. Can find, yeah.
The company. So how did you guys collect your database? Because I mean, there are 51 states in the US. And, I mean, there's so many now, thinking about the explosion of entrepreneurship and so many small businesses coming to. So if you're working for a small business, would you still be able to work with B9?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's we do like we connect to the we integrate it with different payroll systems and how it works, and so even small or big companies, many of them use some sort of payroll
Payroll.
software. So, yeah, some sort of payroll system.
What if these immigrants are self-employed? Like we know a lot of immigrants end up being, because we're very,
Absolutely.
we're able to do for ourselves, and we just want to get in here and make opportunities for ourselves when we don't find any.
Yeah, it's a good question. So in this case, I think this the way how they do it through the paper form or through the normal ACH or the transfer, so they can also do it, because I mean in one way or the other, so they do get. I mean, if there is a company or something, so they do get paid somehow. So that's the way we may be thinking in future how to do like cash deposits if they can do like.
I was gonna ask about that. So are you guys
Yeah,
thinking of having like physical locations?
right.
Right now it's only an app and everything is done online, right?
It's all online. So although you can cash out any money on your bank account through the ATM. So there is, and it's nationwide. It's also free.
Any ATM is free?
I think well, at least 50,000 of them, which is with the one of the network, and you can find information in our app about what exactly, where exactly. They're mostly located on the gas stations, and so yes, those are free. And then the rest there are different sort of fees, but we don't charge any fee. It's maybe the operator of the ATM is charging.
What about the big banks like the BOAs, the Chases, the Wells Fargos? Are those ones partnering with B9 yet or not?
No, we partner with the regional bank and who provides all the back office for us, in terms of like licensing, sponsorship, and everything. Okay. And yeah, no, with big banks, we don't we don't have any partnership so far.
Oh, okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Congratulations on being I'm really, really proud.
Thank you so much.
You guys are about less than a few weeks old.
Yeah, we just opened. We went totally like public to the open market on August 3rd. We've been through all the all the reviews and due diligences and everything with our banking partners and other and companies with whom we work. And yeah, so far we're getting about 10,000 applications per day.
Oh, so, wonderful!
So, yeah, we started growing pretty fast. So as we speak, we have about 7,000 bank accounts already. So and about 15% of them people they switch their deposits to different amounts, as I said. But we see that trend. So people understand and like the main value proposition of this advanced space. So we see some traction, which is inspiring. So the plans are to be like 100K customers by the end of the year. So we got like good attention from different investors, and so pretty optimistic. So the team is pretty excited about the future.
I'm excited. It's an amazing concept. And even better product. So, and you guys have executed it flawlessly. So I'm really excited for you guys. So what is one thing that I haven't asked you that you would like people to know about B9 or about you, and how can they get this app, and what do they need to do? Is it on the App Store? Is it on Google, Apple Play? Where do they find all of that information? Do you guys have a website? Do you have a 24/7 customer service where they can call and talk to an actual human being? Because we don't want to take that part out of it. I always believe that any organization that does not have human contact, it's kind of suspect. I just, we still want to talk to each other.
Right. Yeah, we do operate a call center, so it works like working hours, not 24/7, but our support is 24/7. So you can chat with someone. At least there is we will get like a chat in the app, which will be like even providing like more convenience for you. So, but you can always write an email. The email is support@b9.com. So it's on the website is b9.com.
We're going to put all that information on this video so people can know where to find them. I'm going to put the website, a place to download the app. All of
Perfect.
the information that is needed, we will put it under the
Right, and of course, it's apps, it's Apple Store and Google Play, so you can find both versions. So any platforms, any mobile platforms are supported. So yeah, so we have everything.
Oh, wow. Congratulations on being here. And I am so excited to be part of this journey with you. So definitely going to touch base with you. And we're going to see how to continue to raise the awareness, to educate people, to get it out there, to get the information, the voice out there. So would you say, Sergei, that you are the face of B9?
I think so, yeah. I think so, yeah.
Okay, that's a good phrase. So yeah, so they have
Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. So I guess people can look forward to seeing more of Sergei with me, because I'm going to be doing a lot more interviews with you just to talk about B9 and whenever there's any modifications and changes. And I think it's going to be a huge advocacy movement that we can create, especially for our immigrants. I mean, we know that there's a huge population of immigrants that are people of color from Africa, from Latin America, Mexico. Those are the people that we really want to reach and educate them to know there is something that is made just for you to make your lives easy.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, totally agree.
All right. Thank you so much, Sergei.
Thank you for having me here. So thank you so much.
Yes, sir. So until next time, I'll be in touch with you once we're done with this recording to touch base with you, sir.
Excellent. Okay. Have a good one.
Have a wonderful day. Take care. What part of the United States are you in? I know you're on Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles. It's so.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I was like, I'm sure he's in California, but that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
You too, sir. All right. That's been another wonderful episode for Dr. OJ Speaks. This was an actual special feature for B9, an amazing app launched August 3rd, and it's available all over the nation on Apple Store and Google Play Store for you to download this app. This allows you to solve a lot of your financial problems, especially if you are an immigrant who has just moved here to the United States or Canada and you're wondering how you're going to be able to immerse yourself into the financial world in this wonderful country of ours. B9 has provided solutions at the wazoo that is going to not only protect you as the consumer, but is going to help you cut through some of the red tape that you would face when dealing with other financial institutions. This is an amazing concept. I support it and I back it all the way. And we're going to be doing a lot more with them in order to raise awareness to not just B9, but to help educate our community on financial literacy and how this brand helps them achieve their goals and their American dream, whatever that is for you. All right, it's been nice, it's been lovely, but I have to go. But I will be back next week. Don't forget, subscribe, turn your notification on, like this video, share, because this video is really valuable and it is probably definitely needed by so many immigrants out there. So please share this video, let more people learn and know about this wonderful app that solves the fintech problems of our immigrant community. This is Dr. Oyinka Solajinodo signing out and telling you I love you. Thank you so much. Bye.